Good afternoon, Pokesports. It's your host, Mike and Kevin. We both play with two Pokemon on the field. Today, I'm playing with this Great Tusk team. Great Tusk is just such an offensively strong Pokemon. Using an Assault Vest, I'm also using a Kilowattrel with a Focus Sash, which I'm really excited to use as well. I didn't really get a chance to use it that much in Series 1, so I'm excited to use it in Series 2. We've also got Indeedee and Armarouge. We've got Amoonguss and Torkoal. It's a very good, slow team. Usually having to use Trick Room or something like it, but Great Tusk just has so much offense that I don't really think that I'm going to need to use it that often in order to really use it properly, which is also why we have Kilowattrel there to hit us with a Tailwind if we need to go super fast mode. So we're going to go and take this team up against Kevin. We're going to see how we do. Let's get into the arena. Come on, let's go.
All right, Mike's rocking the Kilowattrel, Trick Room, also the Amoonguss. Yikes. Okay, so it's going to be Rain versus Torkoal. So at least we're going to have a little bit of a weather war here. That's going to be interesting. But we don't really have a great way to combat the Trick Room. We really only have the Amoonguss here to combat the Trick Room. And Amoonguss can't really do that much damage to Mike's side of the field. But here's the other thing. Kilowattrel could just come and go Tailwinds, and then, you know, my whole team is going to be slower. So kind of a rough spot that we're in. Maybe Palafin's going to have to be win condition. The problem is I also can't Jet Punch against them because... yeah. Because of that Indeedee. Alright, so let's do this. We're going to go Palafin TREADS. Bring the Pelipper in the back. I do need that weather initiative. And I'm going to just hope that there's no... I'm going to hope that there's no Trick Room coming, because I really can't afford to bring the Amoonguss, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bring the King Gambit instead. King Gambit could deal a lot of damage to his psychic types, and I can even Terastallize away from my 4x fighting weakness to get some things happening. So fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. This is one of the first times I'm actually seeing like Iron TREADS in a competitive battle. I know that's really hard to believe considering how many competitive battles we do, but hey, there's a first time for everything, right? Alright, Iron TREADS Palafin versus Indeedee Armarouge. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Trick Room nonsense right away. That is not good. That is, in fact, bad. Now, I wonder, do I have EQ? If I have EQ, I can maybe make some things happen here.
Well, in that case, why don't I just hit with a Follow Me and Trick Room? I could also Terastallize right now. The only other option is bring Great Tusk in to Terastallize later and Terastallize into Fire, but he has such a strong water presence that I don't think I'm ever going to want to do that. Yeah, so you know what, let's do that. Let's just hit him with a regular old Trick Room. Am I worried about Iron TREADS going for... let's see. Going for like an Earthquake? Maybe. Yeah, so you know what? I'm going to Terastallize Armarouge right now.
All right, Robo Don fan. Hard swap the Palafin. Get our 0 to hero going. It's cooking in the back. Now Pelipper comes out, sets the Drizzle. Here's the next issue. I have to hard swap the Pelipper again because of the potential Torkoal swap if I get a KO here. Looks like we're going to force a Terastallization out of Mike real early. I do have an answer to this on the team. Problem is, I will die to Expanding Force before I can use it. I do have Flying Terra. Oh, anyway, the Follow Me. Okay, so at least I know the Follow Me was kind of a useless play. But at the same time, this Earthquake is not going to do a lot of damage to Mike's side of the field. I mean, hey. Booster Energy saved me? Nothing at all. That was a crit on Armarouge. That is just pathetic, Tom. That is so pathetic.
It's a very powerful start, I think, that I've just done. Now here's the thing. I don't actually need the Indeedee. Right? Indeedee has done its job. Earthquake is nasty, right? But what is even more nasty is if I bring out the Torkoal, who can take a hit, and then my Armarouge can go for either an Armor Cannon or an Expanding Force. Which one's actually going to do more damage? An Expanding Force is going to double, I think, in damage. I think Expanding Force is the way.
He has to not click Follow Me here.
And then plus it's also, no, you know what? Armor Cannon on the Iron Treads is going to probably Yoko it. Especially out in the sun. So Indeedee comes back. Torkoal comes in. I'm going to kill the Rain, which means that any kind of Hurricane now has a chance to miss if he's planning on using that on my Armarouge. Oh, but he's Terrastalizing. What's he going to Terrastalize into? Oh, no, that's not good for me at all. Oh, it's flying. Oh, I would have much rather, I think, going for an Expanding Force in that case, if they're both normally effective. Uh-oh, Pelipper's going for a Wide Guard, assuming that I was going for an Expanding Force. That's good for me. Let's hit him with an Armor Cannon. Here we go. Boom!
I'm so sad. I'm very sad.
Armarouge's defense is going to fall, but that's okay. I don't really mind that right now. Oh, he's just going to curl up in his little ball. Oh, that's so sad. I feel so bad for him. Armarouge is going to lose a little bit of HP because of Life Orb, and that is just fine with me. Again, the fact that he didn't go for a Hurricane right now is just so nice for me. Palafin is out. Hero form has happened. This is the first time that I ever noticed the little anime lines whenever Palafin hero form comes out. But that's pretty sweet. He can't go for any kind of priority moves, so Eruption is still going to do a ton of damage. But just in case he knows that... Okay, well, here's the thing. He knows that I have Torkoal out in the sun. So you would probably Wide Guard that, right? So I'll at least hit him with a single attack. And if not, then my Armarouge can get a full hit off anyway. Okay.
Some defenses there. Okay, let's go for the Wide Guard. Okay, Mike did predict me to use Wide Guard, but thankfully this Flamethrower still does a lot to me somehow. Alright, and the Expanding Force. No Expanding Force today, thankfully. Problem is, I'm going to take a lot of damage with the Wave Crash, but this is my only play. This is my only choice. This is the only life that I live. Maybe after 2 Wide Guards, Mike is going to be like, okay, Kevin's not playing. Kevin's a big serious. Because I'm considering 2 turns. Goodness, so many turns. I'm considering going for the Blind Hurricane. Like, what do I have to lose at this point, right? I can't swap.
But I feel like if I hit the Palafin with a Flamethrower right now, that should take it out. That should be more than enough. And if Pelipper is just going to sit there and go for Wide Guards, then hey, this will be just fine. Palafin's going to go down. It's just Pelipper and whoever Kevin has beside it for that left over, but didn't go for an Expanding Force this time. That still does a lot of damage. My Armarouge is probably going to go down to whatever attack this Pelipper wants to do, especially if it's a Hurricane. Yeah.
50% accuracy Hurricane right there. I mean, King Gambit could try. Could definitely try. Second Terrain should be going away. Oh no, here comes a Tusk. Alright, King Gambit can't try. King Gambit is dead. I shouldn't have brought King Gambit. What am I doing? Against Tusk? It has the 2 things that stop me from doing the things.
So I have a question to ask myself then. What is the best thing to do right now? I think that the best thing to do is just to go for a Flamethrower on the King Gambit, because my King Gambit their King Gambit is faster than my Torkoal. And then I think I do need to go for Headlong Rush. Man, all of these have such big drawbacks, because Earthquake and Rock Slide can both be Wide Guarded, right? So if I go for Headlong Rush... No, it's got to be Close Combat. No, it could be Headlong Rush. Close Combat, Headlong Rush, they're the same thing. Let's go. This should just KO the King. No, never mind. Uh-oh. King Gambit's going for the Kowtow Cleave. That's going to take out Torkoal, but I should be going before the Pelipper here. Pelipper's going to use Tailwind. Oh, okay. Maybe we're just... Is Kevin just, ending the game?
Oh! Not into the Pelipper. I guess Mike might have just expected it to be... I don't know.
It's ground. It's ground. I forgot it wasn't rock. It's ground. I'm silly. I'm silly. You know what? We won't talk about it. Regardless, we'll bring out the Psychic Surge. We'll bring that back.
Hey, Tailwind might save me. I do get another Blind Hurricane on this Great Tusk. Who knows? Let's go for another Kotao into the Indeedee. I don't get the Blind Hurricane, though, this time. That's rough. I do get the Kotao, though. That means I don't think... Okay, listen. I don't think Hurricane would have one-shot. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Hurricane would have one-shot. But Hurricane could have confused, right? It could have confused, and I could have been fine. Rock Slide. Hey, fair enough, man. Fair enough. All right, Mike's taking game one, but it was close. I'm pretty sure that Headlong Rush was a misplay. Knowing Mike, he's been saying that Headlong Rush is a rock move all week, so he probably just thought Headlong Rush was a rock move that time. Anyway, let's go on to game two.
And let's not forget that Headlong Rush is a ground type. Let's go.
All right, so clearly Mike wants to Trick Room right away, so we're gonna have to reconsider our options. Salamence is definitely the play here. I think Salamence isn't a bad play. I think maybe a Moongus above Palafin, even though Palafin was our best way to break through the... It was our best way to break through the Torkoal. I was just super unimpressed. Oh, I was unimpressed with Treads because I have speedy Treads. I don't have offensive Threads. But okay, let's do this. We're gonna go Salamence, we're gonna go Moongus. We're gonna bring Palafin and bring Treads in the back. Not Palafin. Pelipper. Too many P's. We'll do that. Because that way we do have an answer for Trick Room, just in case Mike wants to go for Trick Room. And also we have a nice switch into Pelipper to get the wide guard on the field so that Salamence doesn't have to worry too much about the Armourouge. I'm pretty much just trying to put my team in a better spot than my team was last game. But that last spot that I was last game was just utter disaster. So we just have to be better than utter disaster.
Okay, let's see. Salamence and Amoonguss is going to lead. Well, guess what? So am I. I'm going to go with Kilowattrel Great Tusk. Now, here's a problem. Is I need to worry about the Amoonguss. If I go for a Tailwind right now and Amoonguss puts one person to sleep, they're just going to match Tailwinds, aren't they? I think that's what I'm going to do, though. I'm going to go for a Tailwind and if I go for a Rock Slide right now, then Kevin might put my Great Tusk to sleep.
This is actually the perfect 2 to have against Discquake. All right, he's just going to set Tailwind first. It means the friend over here, the Great Tusk, will be going next. Oh, he has Rock Slide. Thankfully, after the Intimidate, that does not do... Oh, come on, dude.
There we go. Salamence flinching is wonderful here. Putting the Great Tusk to sleep, just fine. It's just fine. Now, looky here. Let's see. So, I'm not going to swap into the Torkoal or the Indeedee this time, but I do have the Wind Power, and going for Terra Electric Discharge, I'll be able to do that fast. Maybe I'll paralyze the Amoonguss or the Salamence. It won't affect my Great Tusk, which is perfect.
Kilowattrel going for Discharge after the Wind Power might be enough to knock out my Salamence. Because I got flinched, it means that I'm not able to get my Tailwind up. I need that Tailwind up in order to compete with Mike's speed. All right, terrestrializing something already.
I learned this one from my buddy Bellybolt. I loved going Terra Electric Discharge.
He's going for absolute destruction. I'm going to make him regret that. I'm going to make you regret using terrestrialization on your bird. Hopefully. We'll see. Depends on how this plays out. There's a Discharge.
I would really like this to paralyze the Amoonguss, because I feel like if it does, that would, you know, really help my case, especially because this guy's about to go to sleep. Great Tusk is fast asleep, so that Amoonguss doesn't get paralyzed, unfortunately.
And double Spore. All right. Now, I don't know what I need more. Do I need Tailwind or do I need to just start firing off attacks? I mean, Mike only has 2 turns left of his Tailwind, right? Yeah, 2 whole turns. I think I'm going to Terrastallize Hurricane, finish off this Tusk, and do the fun hard swaps into the Pelipper. The Pelipper should be able to wide guard away from this bird. But I mean, the bird could always carry like another electric move. Doesn't have to carry.
Oh, uh-oh. What's coming out? Pelipper? Tell me Pelipper's coming out. Yeah. Okay. Good choice. Good choice. It doesn't matter because I'm going to be asleep this turn. Right? Tell me I'm going to be asleep this turn.
You wanted to see damage last turn, Mike. I'll show you damage this turn. I'm about to break through this Assault Vest. My guess. Hopefully. I think this is enough damage to break through Assault Vest. I'm Life Orb. I got everything going for me. Kilowatch was going to stay asleep. Beautiful. If that woke up there, it would have been sad.
No, 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 no. Nice job, Kevin. Nice job.
Not today. Big Hurricane now.
Salamence is going to use Hurricane. That's going to do a lot of bit of damage. Wow. Even through Assault Vest, that still did full damage. That's amazing. Okay. Well, you can play this game. I can bring out the Torkoal here. I can take out the Drizzle.
Torkoal.
And just go for a big old, not even an Eruption, because that would be bad.
I think this is my play. We Draco Kilowattrel. Does it wake is the problem. Does it wake? I'm doubling the Kilowattrel. I need it dead. I need it real dead.
And then I will Flamethrower the Salamence. Kilowattrel's going to wake up and hit Protect. Because again, what else am I going to do? I assume that the Pelipper's going to go for a wide guard. It's not.
It's possible Mike doesn't have a not spread move. I doubled that spot too. That's real bad. All right, let's see what Torkoal does. Probably just smack with the Eruption. No, just goes for Flamethrower. Yeah, fair. There goes Salamence. Okay, hold on. I got this. I got this. I think. Because now, Tail and Peters, they're forced to make a defensive play. Mike is forced to make a defensive play to set the Tailwind back up, or else Treads will outspeed it, because I have speed investment on my Treads. And now that they're just a mono electric type, what that means is I can go for the aggressive play, I can go for the EQ, and I can either wide guard or I can Tailwind. I'll be honest, I think I'm wide guarding. Even if they are sashed there, I think the wide guard is more valuable to me.
He's not swapping out the Pelipper. Pelipper is going to use wide guard though. Does that count? I don't know if it counts. I think it might. That's going to do a ton of damage to my Kilowattrel, which isn't great. That thing's fast. That thing is fast. I do have Sash, so I don't have to worry. Bring it down to Sash.
He discharges. Good, good, good.
Okay. So Discharge is going to hit the protection and my protection. Oh, their protection as well because of the wide guard. That sucks. All right. So nobody's getting hit by anything except for my Kilowattrel, which is getting hit by a lot. So we'll go with who here? Do I bring out the Indeedee? How do I win this? I think I can just hit Endeavor on the Pelipper and Flamethrower on Iron Treads. Yes. So this is going to do some damage to the Amoonguss. No, not true, because Iron Treads is going to go first. With an Earthquake, it's going to damage its own Amoonguss. Uh-oh. Does that take out Torkoal? No, it doesn't. Okay. So Kilowattrel is going to go down, but I think so is the Iron Treads.
Theoretically, if I'm stuck between Pelipper and Torkoal, I should be able to beat the Torkoal. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to have to eat a Flamethrower. but I'll get the Pelipper back on the field. It's not the end of the world. Now, what's Mike's last? Indeeder.
The only problem here is that Pelipper can come out and has the rain on its side now. Because the Pelipper has the rain on its side, my Torkoal is not sitting pretty. I think I might have lost this. We'll see. We're going to go for a Psy Shock on the Amoonguss because I don't want Amoonguss to do Amoonguss things.
Oh, no, Mike can Trick Room here. Oh, if Mike Trick Room... actually, if Mike Trick Rooms... Dang it, Mike can Trick Room here. I didn't even consider that when I saw Indeedee. Mike can Trick Room. Mike Trick Rooms. Dang it. I doubled that spot, too. I could have spored the... Oh, no! Psy Shock. Okay. Still not great for me. I'm still in a bad spot right now.
Now, as long as Kevin didn't target my Indeedee here, I think I'm all right. He did target my Torkoal, which is perfect. Okay, here we go. So now I can either Psy Shock or Dazzling Gleam. Psy Shock, I think, is the right one. Yeah, Psy Shock is the right one because I'm in Psychic Terrain. So we go for Pelipper. Gonna go for Flamethrower on the Pelipper. I think we're all right.
Just in case. Okay. Well, I guess I didn't have the Hydro Pump. I was full. Oh, don't crit me there. All right, I do connect with Hydro. What does my Pelipper have? Do I have Citrus or do I have Damp Rock? I think I might have Damp Rock. Okay, I should be able to live one more, assuming it doesn't crit. I'm gonna go for... Do I go for the Fusion or do I go for the...
It comes down to now Hydro Pump versus Psy Shock. If he can OHKO me, then it's over. But that one crit really got me very, very far. So you see how much HP this Pelipper has left. He needs this Hydro Pump to hit. Okay. All right. So that's it. That's going to be the game, I believe. Psy Shock on the Pelipper. That's going to be a hit. I think that's the first time that I've ever 2-0'd Kevin. We're going to play another game, of course, but I think that's the first time that I've ever 2-0'd Kevin in this whole series. So, hey, GG. GG, Kevin. What is that? 2 for 5? 2 for 5. I'm terrible. All right, let's play another game. Come on, third game. Okay, so in this last game, I could go Kilowattrel and Great Tusk like I did the last time, but I feel like bringing the Great Tusk right off the bat just was bad for me. It wasn't quite as defensive as I thought it would have been, but Kilowattrel was definitely a good choice, I feel. I do need something that can take care of the Pelipper if that is the lead. And unfortunately right now that's Great Tusk. But what else could I do? I could bring out the Indeedee, but Indeedee was kind of the pinch hitter at the end there, wasn't it? So I could bring out Armarouge and go for a... Ooh, you know what I could do? I could bring out Armarouge to... I still like Indeedee Armarouge. Indeedee Armarouge, Great Tusk, and Torkoal all just made sense here, so we're going to bring it again. I was thinking of doing something like bringing in Kilowattrel and Armarouge and then swapping out the Kilowattrel for a Torkoal if he led with Pelipper, but then I was like, why am I even doing that? Just do the thing. Just do the thing. If he leads with anything but Pelipper, I can hit a really, really powerful Expanding Force. Like, right there, he led with things that are not including Pelipper, so... To me, that's just saying, hit him with an Expanding Force, do as much damage as you possibly can, and just try and win, you know? So that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to just hit him with a big ol' Expanding Force here.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Should I just Pelipper in? I guess that isn't the worst play in the world.
Oh. I think that's the way. I'm going to Terrastalize Indeedee. I think I'm going to Terrastalize Indeedee. I'm doing it. Terrastalizing Indeedee. He's going to withdraw the Amoonguss, which is not great for him.
So I'm just going to bring in Pelipper. If I get hit with the expanding force here, I'll be a little bit sad, but we'll see. Gonna terrestrialize. Did I just catch Mike? Did I just catch him with the hurricane? Oh no, terrestrialize the Dieter. Fairy Dieter. Maybe he expected me to go for the Draco. Okay. Well, as long as the Fairy Dieter doesn't go for follow me, I should be okay.
Salamence is going to use Hurricane. I'm not Terra Grassing, not into that. Salamence is going to lose some of his HP, but you know who's going to lose a lot of their life is them.
Mike's just doubling. I'm just sad. Really? An expanding force. Yikes. Goodbye Pelipper, but goodbye Salamence. It's not over, I think. Could be a lot worse. It can't be a lot worse. It cannot be a lot worse. I still have an out here. That's the good news.
He's going to send out the Iron Treads, and I'm in trouble, honestly, because it's they're still Iron Treads. And Amoonguss is here. But...
yeah, what do I do? I think Mike's Armarouge could have Wide Guard. I don't expect Mike to go for it. I could just double protect to see what happens here. No, I do expect Mike to go for it. But do I have another play? Other than just like an EQ and a Clear Smog? I'm gonna Iron Head. I'm gonna Water Terra.
I think I'm going to leave this up to if he chooses to put Indeedee down or Armarouge down. So he's terrestrializing Amoonguss. Okay. Right, okay, so that takes him out of, you know, death range with the Psyshock, with the Armor Cannon, all that. But hitting Wide Guard here may mean that an Earthquake...
I saw that coming, thankfully. Whew, all right, that's good. I might find my way back in here. Big Iron Head. Gonna get hit by the Rocky Helmet. Gonna have to deal with it, and Clear Smog is enough to knock out. Nice. All right. The Indeedee's gonna set Trick Room here, but my Amoonguss is gonna be faster.
It now kind of makes me regret not going for a... Well, actually, I can go for Torkoal now. Makes me regret not going for an attack on Armarouge, you know? But that is kind of the risk you run when you bring out a Pokemon that can Wide Guard. This is a pretty clear-cut Eruption.
I don't want to go for the obvious play because I'm so behind. So I'm going to go for the risky play. Not protect, finish off the Indeedee. And then just Spore the Torkoal. Stupid risky play. Oh, they just follow me instead. GG. Oh, they just follow me instead. I don't think I can beat the Torkoal alone. I don't.
So, oh boy. For a second, I was like, wait a second. Torkoal underspeeds Amoonguss, right? Not so.
Mike gets a 3-0 here at the end. Dang. Yeah, everything's asleep now.
Iron Treads is going to go down. I'm still in the sun going up against that. And the Amoonguss still does outspeed me. So, something I need to keep in mind as I go for Psyshocks to try and whittle down the Amoonguss. It's going to go for a Clear Smog and take out my Indeedee. It's not going to take out my Indeedee. Wow, Indeedee is a little beefy, huh? Here we go with Eruption. It's going to do some decent damage. Am I going to wake up? No, I'm not going to wake up. Maybe next turn.
I've set up a goal for myself. And that is to knock out the Indeedee. Foul play into the Indeedee spot. And that's going to be game. Can I knock myself out, please? GG's. If you learned anything in today's video, Iron Tread sucks. That's something that you learned in today's video. Oh my goodness.
For the first time in this entire series, I think Kevin's had a couple of 3-0s on me, but for the first time in any of this, I have finally taken a 3-0 on Kevin. So GG to you. A lot of these games were super, super close. They're a lot of fun. So now what we're going to do, let's go into the lab and let's talk about these teams. All right. We'll see you over there.
You did it, Mike.
Finally.
You defeated me.
For the first time in this entire series.
First time in your entire life. No, I'm just
first
kidding.
time in my entire life. It's never going to happen again.
If there's two things that I know for sure, it's that one, Mike has improved a lot. And two, Iron Treads sucks. Anyway, speaking of the team, if you guys didn't realize, this team is kind of an iteration of Judy Azzarelli's famous rain team that he made very popular at San Diego. Even though he got third place at San Diego, I feel like he got everyone's favorite team because everyone just replays this team a billion times. It's like the perfect rain team. So yeah, I just took one of the Pokemon out. I stuck in an Iron Treads and hope for the best. Now, when I was building an Iron Treads team, I had a very hard time, I'll be honest, because every time I looked at Iron Treads and I looked at its stats, I was like, Garchomp can kind of just do it better. You know, it was like, there's already ground Pokemon that hit harder than this thing. But, or even like you can make the argument that Great Tusks can do it better. But I thought that, you know, being a Steel type, being on a rain team, there's some synergy there. There's some reason to use it above a Great Tusk. So I decided to go with the Booster Energy, with the Flying Terra, just in case I, get hit by another ground move in return. Running the Pelipper with the Grass Terra, Hurricane, Hydro Pump, Tailwind, and Wide Guard. Wide Guard actually did a lot of work for me today. There were a few matches that kind of came down to 50-50 because it was like, does he predict my Wide Guard? Does he not predict it? Does he expect me to do it twice? What does he do? So Pelipper definitely put in the work. I don't think the problem was Pelipper. I think the problem was, just Iron Treads just missing those KOs when I needed it to. I think in the middle of the match, especially when I was like up against your Trick Room, here's the thing, when I was up against your Trick Room, because Iron Treads has stats to where you can kind of choose where you get the boost in. You can either do it in attack or you can do it in speed. This particular one is speed. When I was up against your Trick Room, I was like, oh, this sucks. I should have gone attack because I did no damage on the initial EQ. But then when I was up against your Kilowattrel, I was like, oh, this is great. I'm faster than Kilowattrel now.
Right.
So it's so situational. It makes it a very hard decision. Palafin I brought to game 1. Didn't bring it to game 2 just because I realized Palafin just kind of needs Jet Punch to do things. And indeed, he kind of shuts it down. I do have Haze on this Palafin just in case I go against the Dozo Bozo, but thankfully I'm just going against Mike, who's just a regular Bozo.
You're so salty. I love it.
Among Us does Among Us things. King Gambit, got the Kotal, got the Iron Head, got the Sucker Punch, got the Low Kick with the Assault Vest. Actually, a Grass Terra King Gambit doesn't actually help me against you at all with your ground fighting and double fire types that I'm just bad all around. Salmon's put in some work today. I was very impressed with how much damage Salmon's did to an Assault Vest did. What's his face?
Great Tusk, yeah.
Yeah, the Great Tusk has very high special defense, very high
No,
HP.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's actually really bad. I had to look it up after that game. Yeah. So Great Tusk has very high HP, 115, but its special defense is only 53.
Oh,
so
okay.
with an Assault Vest, that puts it up to like, what, 70, 78 or something like that. But like, it's not that specially defensive. It has very high defense, though. 131 attack and defense.
So the Assault Vest makes it playable.
Yes, exactly.
In general. Also, I have a lot of Tailwind on this team. Didn't get to use it once today, but yeah, Salamence is here. You flinched me game 1. That was sad. I clicked Tailwind that turn 1. I was like, okay, I'll just match him.
The thing with that game 1 there is I did a lot of things that had a chance to do something, right? I hit you with the Rock Slide, which had the chance to flinch, and then I hit you with the Discharge, which had the chance to paralyze. But is that your team?
Yeah, that's the end of that team.
Okay, sweet. So over with my Great Tusk team. Team's very strong. All right. Don't let this 3-0 that I did for the first time fool you. This team is good. It does have some drawbacks, but it is very good. Let's go over it. We've got Great Tusk with Photosynthesis and Assault Vest. Again, like we said, the special defense of Great Tusk is actually very, very low compared to the rest of its stats. Very high other stats, which makes it a really good Pokemon. But it does go down to things like Hurricane very, very easily, especially in the rain. Where is my controller? It's right here. Oh, there we go. Turn my thing back on. Headlong Rush, Close Combat, Earthquake, Rock Slide. Please do remember that Headlong Rush is a ground type move and not a rock type move. All right, it's not head smash. I always think it's head smash and it's not. So
I had a feeling you've been calling it a rock type move all week. So when you did it, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
He didn't remember.
Oh yeah, exactly. Kilowattrel with wind power, which means that when you use Tailwind, it gets, I think it's charged up, which means that its next attack, its next discharge, its next electric attack would do double damage. Learned that from a little buddy named Bellybolt. Discharge is great. Endeavor and Protect is great, especially with Focus Sash, because you can go down to 1 HP, use Endeavor, bring whatever Pokemon that you're using up against it, especially if you're fast because of Tailwind.
That's a good Dondozo counter.
HP as well. Great Dondozo counter, absolutely. Hitting the Terra Electric and going for a Discharge does a ton of damage. Just please be wary of Wide Guard. This team in general almost has every Pokemon that every single Pokemon minus Amoonguss it can fall prey to Wide Guard, right? So be very careful with that. Torkoal with Eruption, again, Wide Guard. Clear Smog, Flamethrower, Protect. Just a really strong fire Pokemon, especially if you Terra Fire. You can hit an Eruption. You can trigger for Photosynthesis on the Great Tusk. And its own Drought not only kills the rain like I did in this set of games, but it also increases your own power. Indeedee with a Rocky Helmet, great against mouse holds. With the Terra Fairy, Psyshock, Follow Me, Dazzling Gleam, and Trick Room. It's they haven't patched it yet.
They're not gonna,
and I don't think they're gonna.
They're like,
so Indeedee just gets Trick Room now.
Until it doesn't anymore.
Exactly. And like we say a lot of things because we have played probably a combined 1,000+ games in the first like 3-4 months of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet being out. But if there are some things about this team that you just don't know yet, let us be the ones to tell you about those. Armarouge with Flash Fire, Life Orb. Flash Fire is really good on Armarouge. Some people would opt to go Weak Armor, but usually if you go Weak Armor, you would have some way to trigger that on your own team and make some kind of like some kind of combo out of that. Armor Cannon, Expanding Force, Wide Guard, and Trick Room. Having Wide Guard on your team is almost essential right now, especially because of things like Earthquake, Rock Slide, Eruption, Discharge, Dazzling Gleam, and that's just me reading off of the team that I have in front of me right now. But Expanding Force does just a bajillion damage. For that last game, if you remember, and I'll say this to Kevin, I specifically said, if he does not have Pelipper out in the very beginning, then I'm pretty sure I just win the game. Because you send out Indeedee, you send out Armarouge. Indeedee, you can follow me, you set up Psychic Surge, you stop priority. As long as Armarouge can live a single hit, Expanding Force can KO pretty much anything in the game.
Yeah, fair.
Right. And then lastly, we have Amoonguss with Terra Waters, exact same Amoonguss that Kevin has pretty much with Rage Powder, Clear Smog, Spore, and Foul Play. Does damage if it needs to, redirects if it needs to, puts you to sleep if it needs to. And there are lots of Pokemon that don't want to be put to sleep. But anyway, those are the teams. That's the rental code. Kevin, this was I know you probably aren't happy about the result, but I think that this was a really good game. No,
they were fun games. At least game 1 and 2, game 3, I got smacked. But game 1 and 2, I felt like it was still anyone's game until the very end. It all came down to just like one Pokemon in the end. Game 1, there was a lot of predictions that I could have made that I didn't make.
Sure. I
played into your Protects too often. I was like, okay, he's probably going to Protect, but I'm going to go for it anyway.
Because what if he doesn't, right?
Yeah, because what if he doesn't? It's like but I think overall, this was a fun project. If you guys enjoyed a project like this, we got 7 dang videos with every single Paradox Pokemon done.
That's right.
It's been a good time. And I think it's just the poetic that Mike comes swamping me in the first video. We don't talk about what happened in the middle, but then swamping me again
right
in the last video.
let's bookend it the right way. Sweet. Okay, well, yeah, again, if you enjoyed, please do let us know, and we'll see you in the next video, which who knows what that'll be. Could be anything. It'll probably be us playing Series
Orlando
2.
teams, most likely.
Whatever, Anyway, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.